Hello everyone and welcome back to South Point Airsoft. Today we'll be featuring a pretty special unit, the Manlapat 22 air rifle. So from the name, it shoots 22 caliber pellets and it comes disassembled. First part I will be showing is the buffer tube and the stock that is mounted to it. So the stock that's on it is pretty special. It functions similarly to your standard M4 style stock, considering it is attached to an M4 buffer tube after all, with the exception of the stock having an adjustable cheek pad, so you can raise it or depress it depending on what you need. Next item I will be showcasing is the included scope. So this is a Discovery 3-9x40 zoom optic, so it is a slightly higher quality optic over the Bushnell, which we normally attach to the VSR10 and L96. What makes it higher quality, you may ask? Well, the glass. So the glass in this is ever so slightly better, making the image through the scope ever so slightly clearer as well. What I just moved there was the zoom dial. As I said, it goes from 3 all the way up to 9. Next up is the bipod. So this bipod is the exact same one we mount on our VSRs, and yeah, it is a trooper, so it can handle this unit pretty well, as you will see later on in the video. Next up, we have the actual gun itself. As you can see, it is still disassembled. It doesn't have the bipod, the optic, or the stock attached at all. It's also missing the suppressor up front. But don't worry, I'll be showing you how to attach that later in this video. Here we have the little suppressor that is included with the unit. I'll also be showing how this is attached later in the video, so stay tuned for that. And that should be majority of the important items in the box. Up next would be how to attach everything. Alright, up next we have the attachment of the buffer to the unit itself. So right there you have 2 screw holes and another on the other side. The screwdriver I currently have in my hand is a Phillips head screwdriver. All you really need to do is line up the buffer like I'm doing right now. Make sure it's seated and aligned. Then take the screws and just stick them in. Tighten them a bit, but not too much, since you still want to allow room for movement in case it's misaligned. And you should be good. The next thing to install would be this suppressor. At the bottom, there's this little hex-shaped nut, which requires an Allen key to tighten and loosen. So here I have one on hand right now. Just gonna set that aside first. Since there is a little slot right here under the barrel, right there, that is where the nut from the suppressor should lock into, so make sure you line it up with that. And it's now a simple matter of sliding the suppressor on, taking your Allen key, and tightening the nut. Just like that, your suppressor is now on, and the unit is slowly coming together, as you can see. The next item I will now be installing is the bipod. So this installation of this is pretty straightforward. It's just a bit clunky. So as you can see right there, it is a clamp style with 2 prongs. See, I'm pinching them right now, opening and closing them. And to illustrate what that's going to hook onto, you can see that little nib right there has a hole in it. That is what the prongs need to bite onto to lock onto the unit. I'll take the bipod again, as there is an additional step. And that additional step is this little screw. So tightening that essentially makes the bipod clasp on, well, tighter onto the unit. So first you need to hook those 2 things I showed you right here and tighten the screw afterwards, and that should lock your bipod into place. Unfortunately, this process was a bit hard to do, so I couldn't really capture myself doing that on camera since I had to do that while sitting down on the floor. But yeah, I'll show you what that should look like after. The last thing I will be installing is the Discovery Sniper Scope. It is locked into place by 4 Allen key nuts right here at the bottom. Essentially, you need an Allen key to loosen those, which I'll be doing right now off camera. Once loosened, you'll be able to stick the sniper scope onto the top. It may slip, but it should hook into place like so. And now we move to the other side where the hex nuts are. Here on the other side, you're essentially just going to tighten them using the Allen key, like I mentioned earlier. And you should be good. Alright, it's now time for the firing test of this Manlapat 22 air gun. First, we'll start off with the gas. It loads here through the front. Oh, let me just turn this around so I can show you. It's easier if you do this while sitting down, like I am currently right now. So you're just going to twist this guy in. Until you feel it tighten like that. And then you're just going to twist the air valve open. One sec. There, you'll hear a little hissing. And that is how you load gas into this unit. When you twist this tube off though, you'll hear it fizz out a little bit. That is perfectly normal. And you can set that guy down right now. Next, these are your little bullets. It's a bit difficult to open the little packet of gloves, but I assure you, if you're using bare hands, it's easier. I'm not sure if the GoPro can accurately see this, but then this is what, well, the shot looks like. Alright, let's set this guy aside for now, and let us pop over to the bolt. The bolt is pretty straightforward. Since this is a Manlapat and they have their signature double locking bolt, what I mean by that is if you pull the bolt back and lock it in the middle, that is stage 1 and that is regular power. If you pull it further back, it ups the power, but I won't be doing that for now since that's practically overkill considering our target. Now, when you pull the bolt back, it opens the breech, allowing you to stick a round in like that. Once a round is in, you just push forward and make sure the bolt sinks back into, well, its place, because you have to pull it out before pulling it back. And it is now time to test fire your unit. All right, here we go. So those canisters down there are pressurized, meaning to say they will fly, like you just saw there, when I go and shoot them. Right, shot number 2. Is that in properly? It is in properly, all right. Also, there is a safety on this unit, so you push it inward to the right to activate safety. As you can see, it's stiff. Push it to the left all the way to prime it to shoot. All right, next shot, here we go. That is, well, pretty spectacular. I'm just going to go and check to see if the slow-mo cam is recording that. Yep, it is. Let us now check damage. Damn, I don't know which canisters I shot. I think this was one? Was this one? I am not too sure anymore. Oh no, I think it was this one right here. So as you can see, pretty big hole going straight through. I need to really keep track of these canisters, so I have no idea which one I'm engaging. All right, I'll engage this white one next. Right, aiming for that white canister. So this is what I meant. The bolt is flush, as you can see. You can't pull it back. You need to pull it back a little, or pull it out a little before pulling it back. Okay. Here goes nothing. Round in. Seated properly. Aiming for the white canister. Oh, it wasn't pressurized. Okay, even better. So I can now show you what the damage looks like. There is the entry. There is the exit. And I think it embedded itself into the wood here. Right. Okay, this canister has gas in it. Let's shoot that and see how it flies. All right, another round out. I think this one will be the last, since we're working with very limited amount of ammunition here. Sorry, I just had to unload it since the round flipped over backwards, and that's not good. Make sure it's oriented the correct way before shooting. Yep, okay, it's now oriented the correct way. Aiming for that blue canister. Here we go. Pretty powerful. And considering those are steel canisters which are pressurized, and the rounds are still making it clean through. Let's check damage. Yeah, clean through, as you can see. Entry, exit, no trouble at all. And that's at regular power, so that's half of the maximum output of this unit. And yeah, so we'll jump to our closing remarks right about now. All right, that should be it for this video. The beautiful Manlapat 22. As I mentioned in one of our other videos, I don't think it's completely fair to say that we are strictly an airsoft retailer now, considering we have, well, gel blasters and stuff like this. So yeah, that is something to say the least. And yeah, this is maybe the most powerful unit we have ever sold, even stronger than the Crossman Shockwaves and Pump Masters from back in the day, as this one is actually charged to there. So yeah, that should be it for the beautiful Mannapat. Do an absolutely stunning unit. Please remember to enjoy and play safe. A very large thank you from the Southbourne Airsoft team.